Hi guys, my name is Madeline. I write the blog Dawn V Farms where I talk about simple recipes, home remedies, everyday farm life, and motherhood. And today I'm going to be talking to you about making money as a stay-at-home mom. Specifically how much money I made in January and how I did that. Making money as a stay-at-home mom is something that I am very, very familiar with. I have been a mom for over 7 years and I have been making money from home that whole time. I have actually built 2 businesses from home, and one of them supported our entire income for 3 years from 2019 to 2022, so 4 years. We were full-time resellers for 4 years, and that came from the business that I built from home. And so I am very familiar with making money from home in multiple different ways. I definitely believe in multiple different streams of income for financial stability, but also building wealth at a young age. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about that before I dive into how much I made as a stay-at-home mom in January 2025. So I like making money as a stay-at-home mom. I do it because I like it. That's basically it. I mean, right now my husband's business supports our family, and so any income that I make is on the side. But I've always enjoyed making money from home on top of doing all of the cooking and taking care of the kids and the homeschooling and everything like that. One of the things I enjoy doing is making money. And so I feel like, at least in the United States right now, it's really hard for a family to thrive on one income, unless that's a very good income. And it takes years to have that kind of single income of school, and there's usually debt involved. I mean, not that many people who are very young just automatically have a very good job that make them enough money that they can stay home with their kids, that the wife can stay home with the kids. And so that's partially why I want to share this information, is because I think it is really easy to make money from home, and that is without joining an MLM. I'm not into MLMs. I've never done an MLM. I don't think that they really benefit people in many ways. And also not watching other people's kids. That's not something I'm into. That's not ever how I have made money or ever want to make money. I'm fine with my own kids, but childcare is not it for me. So anyways, I'm going to talk about how I like to make money from home and my numbers for January 2025. I've always found that the best way to make money from home is to sell things, and that's not, like I said, not an MLM product. So a reseller basically finds something at a cheap price and sells it at a higher price. So what you need to do to be a reseller is just know the value of something, find it undervalued, and sell it. And you can do that in so many different aspects. I've done it in so many different ways. And you can even do that just by finding stuff around your house that you don't even want anymore, like furniture. Like if you just list a chair you don't want on Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks, you're probably going to sell it within the next week. And then you have $20. And as a stay-at-home mom, all the money counts, every dollar. So don't just devalue things that you already have in your home that you don't need to buy to sell or anything like that. Like every $20 counts, every single dollar counts when you're a stay-at-home mom. And if you do that 5 times, a $20 item times 5, you have $100 and an extra $100 in a month. Even if it's just fun money for you to spend on yourself, I mean, that's awesome. So you just kind of have to like open your eyes and realize how many things are around you that like maybe you're not using and other people could use. And if you don't want to do that, if you're very minimalist and you don't have anything in your house you could possibly sell, that's totally fine. For years, I resold things from thrift stores. So I would go to thrift stores, I'd buy a sweater that was like $4.99. I would look up comps. Looking up comps is like go to eBay or Poshmark or a platform and go to solds, see what that sweater sold for, see how many sold within the last 30 days. If it was, between a certain price range, I would bring it home, and then you can wash it if you want. You can photograph it, get it online. You can do it on Facebook Marketplace, you can do it on eBay, you can do it on Mercari, you can do it on Poshmark, you can do it on Depop. There's so many different apps you can use now to make money on. And so just becoming acquainted with what selling products is, and not being uncomfortable with the fact that you bought it for lower and you're selling it for higher, because you're still not selling it for retail pricing. And so you're still usually giving that person a good deal. It's just that you happen to find it for a super cheap steal and now you're selling it. For me, this has always been pretty easy to incorporate into my life as a stay-at-home mom because my kids have just come with me to the thrift store. I generally don't have childcare, which I don't really need it because I just keep my kids busy in the cart, whether it's bringing snacks. I usually let them pick one toy and then I'll like walk around the thrift store and look at things, and then I will just photograph the things during their nap time or at night, and then I ship them out whenever. It doesn't have to take that much time. You don't have to perfect it, nothing. I did this on a mass scale. I've sold over 20,000 items online. We had a huge business, but we have since scaled back hardcore because I'm kind of tired of it. I'm tired of doing it at a huge scale, and it kind of took away the joy of doing it. And now that I'm homeschooling my kids, I do need a little bit more time. I can't like run that full business from home by myself, and my husband was helping me at one point, and now that he has his own business, we're still fully self-employed, but he has that now. And so we're kind of just ramping it down, and I'm diving more into the homestead side of things, which is where I am still selling products. Surprise. Products I sell from the homestead are products that I can make, but not just like any products that I can make. It needs to be products that I can scale. Like when I make homemade soap, and I make it from goat milk. I use duck egg yolks and whites, and I'm starting this year to add essential oils. I've done all natural coloring, and so I make this soap. But one of the reasons I picked soap is because you can easily scale this product. It takes you just as long to make one loaf of 12 bars as it takes you to make 4 loaves of 12 bars. That's generally how I do it, because then I don't have to buy industrial equipment. Like my bowls fit 4 loaves of soap, which is 48 bars. And 48 bars, I usually sell them at $7 a piece, and I have priced out how much the oils cost me, how much time, all of this. I sell them at $7 a piece. I make 48 bars at once, and so that one product, that one recipe I'm making, I'm expecting it to make me $336 in return. This is why scalability matters. This is why being able to make multiple of one product at one time matters, because if I were okay, so making soap generally takes me about 3 hours. And if I were to make a crochet project and it took me 3 hours, that's like 2 items based on whatever you're going to do. I don't know what kind of a crochet project you could make that you could sell for $336 in 3 hours. So this is just using my time better by being able to scale the product. So when I make products from home for the farm stand, because we have a roadside farm stand, I specifically have these products that I make because I can do it in a reasonable amount of time with a reasonable cost, and they're things that can make me money over and over and over again, even though I made the recipe once. So those are the kind of products I like to make to sell from home, and I'm going to do a whole video on my favorite products to make and sell. So now that I kind of explained what exactly I do, I will tell you how much money I made in January 2025. And I'm going to start this by saying I did not try to make any money in January. I did not intentionally spend any time for that month to make money, except for I ran down to the farm stand and opened it one day and dropped off some eggs. So in January 2025, I made $659.83. I spent less than 8 hours last month working on anything really, and the cost of all of the materials and such was $36.24. So my net profit for January was $623.36, which is not a huge month for me. But like I said, I literally did not attempt to make any money, except for, like I said, putting the eggs in the stand, and I guess I did post one thing on Facebook and sell it. Everything else was already posted from previous months. It's already been paid off because like those thrift hauls or whatever, I've already paid off that amount. So that's not counting towards that cost. And I'll just tell you what I made, or like what I made by selling what products. So I sold 4 dozen eggs, which was all we had. Our ducks aren't laying much. And that was $20 for 4 dozen eggs. I sold a bug bite balm on Etsy, and that was a $14 profit. On Poshmark, I sold $137.82, and those were mostly, I guess they were mostly bundles, because I'm trying to like sell off my business, and I actually only have like 4 items listed on there now. I was closing it all out, and so $137.82. eBay paid me $298.32, and that was mostly slippers. That's pretty much what I have posted right now and have been selling. I made $50 at a local toy store because we have this toy store locally that buys and sells vintage toys, or not even vintage toys. I sold vintage toys to it because that's what I had, but they like buy complete toy sets, and he gave me $50, just cash. On Facebook, I made $47.91, and this was a bundle of fragrances for making soaps and stuff. I had bought a bunch of small ones just to like smell them. You can't really get like samples like smaller than 1 ounce, and 1 ounce really is how much I use for a whole recipe, but these were scents that I didn't like that much, and so I just sold them on Facebook, and I sold them like within a couple days of posting. And then on Mercari, I made $91.84, and that was selling 2 vintage toys. So yeah, the total for that month, net profit, was $623.65. I do want to encourage anybody that if you are trying to make money as a stay-at-home mom, maybe try to sell some things. Try to look around your house, try to sell a product you make, I really want to get into digital products this year, and that is like making recipes and selling those, or selling like printables. There's so many digital products, and those are really cool because they, you know, you make that project once and you sell it again and again and again. And in this channel, I want to dive deeper into how I do all of the things, how I make the things. I have shared some recipes. I shared my bug bite balm recipe, and that's what I sold on Etsy for $14. So you can check out that video. And I'm also going to be sharing my favorite farm stand products to sell, I could dive more into reselling if people were interested in that, because I was a full-time reseller for years, and I mostly did clothing, but honestly, I feel like we sold almost anything under the sun. So I hope this video was helpful for you and was interesting. And if you're a stay-at-home mom trying to make money from home, trying to create simple recipes, home remedies, and anything like that, then please consider following my channel, because I have so much more to post. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and I hope that you have a great day.